Your proud identity as someone who hates drama is the most expensive belief you hold. It feels like maturity, like taking the high road, but it's a quiet declaration of surrender. By the end of this, you will understand the invisible game being played all around you, every single day. And you will see how your refusal to play guarantees you will only ever be a piece that is moved, never a player who moves it. Let's dismantle the words themselves. When you say you hate drama, what you're usually describing is the messy, uncomfortable process of human conflict over resources, status, or values. And when you say you want to stay out of politics, you're expanding that aversion from the office and family dinner table to the world at large. You see it as a choice to opt out of the noise, a choice for peace. There is only the pretense of it. Politics is the operating system for any group of two or more humans. It's the subtle, constant negotiation of who gets what, whose opinion matters, and who has to compromise. Think about the last meeting you were in. Someone floated an idea. It was ignored. 10 minutes later, a more senior person said the exact same thing, and suddenly it was brilliant. That was a political transaction. The person who stayed silent, who didn't back the original speaker or point out the discrepancy, made a political move. They chose stability over advocacy. They chose to be invisible. They chose to avoid drama. And in doing so, they reinforced the existing power structure. They cast a vote for the way things are, every single time. This game is happening right now, in your workplace, in your friend group, in your family. And your ticket to entry is simply existing. The reason your no drama stance feels so good, so virtuous, is because it offers a powerful short-term reward. You can serve enormous amounts of cognitive and emotional energy. Conflict is expensive. It burns focus. It creates social risk. By preemptively surrendering in any potential conflict, you get an immediate hit of relief. You feel calm. You feel above the fray. Your nervous system thanks you for avoiding the fight-or-flight response. You've successfully sidestepped a perceived threat. But what your nervous system can't calculate is the long-term cost of this strategy. You are training everyone around you on how to treat you. You are teaching them that your boundaries are porous, that your preferences are secondary, and that your opinion can be safely disregarded. You are building a reputation as reliably, predictably, ignorable. You become a known quantity, a stable, unmoving part of the landscape that more strategic players can plan around or use as a stepping stone. Your predictability is a resource for them. You think you're a pacifist in a war zone. The players on the board see you as a free space. This dynamic is easiest to see in a corporate setting, but it's even more potent in your personal life. Consider the friend group that always defaults to one person's choice of restaurant. Nobody else seems to mind. They're all easygoing. That pattern is about a settled power dynamic. The person whose preferences are consistently met is the one who at some point demonstrated a willingness to have a conflict over it, even a minor one. The easygoing friends are the ones who demonstrated they would rather concede than experience the slightest friction. The person who hates drama loses their vote every time. Think about family holidays. The negotiation over where to go, what to do, which traditions to follow. That's politics. The family member who proudly proclaims, "I'll do whatever, I just want everyone to be happy," has just forfeited their influence. They may get their wish of a peaceful holiday. They also get a holiday entirely designed by others, for others. Their desire for harmony has been weaponized by themselves to erase their own agency. This is the core of default power. In any low-stakes negotiation, the person who appears to care the least wins. The strategy of hating drama is a performance of caring less about everything, which means you are volunteering to lose by default across the board. The temporary peace you buy comes at the price of your own life's design. So you're supposed to become an agent of chaos? Argue every point. Turn every dinner plan into a battle of wills. Critics of this idea will say there's immense value in being the peacemaker, the stable rock, the person who smooths things over. And they're right. A group with no peacemakers tears itself apart. The goal is to develop the capacity to navigate conflict when it is necessary, to have the skills and the courage to hold a boundary when it matters. The person who truly has power doesn't need to demonstrate it on trivial matters. They save their political capital for the things that are genuinely important. They can afford to be easygoing on the restaurant choice because they know how to be firm on a career decision, a financial boundary, or a core value. The person who hates drama has no such distinction. They use the same strategy of withdrawal for everything. They retreat on the small things, which trains them to retreat on the big things. It's the difference between a country with a powerful military that chooses diplomacy and a country with no military that has no choice but diplomacy. One is a strategy. The other is a circumstance. Your blanket policy of no drama is a circumstance. You've traded a sword for a white flag, and you're calling it enlightenment. Becoming a player in this game is a skill. It can be learned. It requires moving from performative neutrality to strategic competence. The first step is to reframe your interactions. See them for what they are. Micro-negotiations. When a colleague asks you to take on extra work, it's a negotiation over your time and energy. When your partner leaves their mess for you to clean, it's a negotiation over domestic labor standards. Your default, sure, no problem, to avoid friction is a losing move. Learning to say, I can help with that, but I'll need to push back the deadline on Project X, is a player's move. It's a counteroffer. It respects your own limited resources. It's just clear. The second skill is mastering observational language. Instead of "you're always interrupting me," which is an attack, a player says, I've noticed I'm often unable to finish my sentences in these meetings. One invites drama. The other presents an undeniable observation and invites a solution. It moves the conflict from a personal battle to a shared problem to be solved. This de-escalates the emotion while escalating the seriousness of the point. It is the core technique for engaging in necessary conflict without creating unnecessary drama. You are flagging a problem with the game rather than attacking another player. Next, you must learn to see second-order consequences. The drama avoider lives in a world of first-order thinking. If I say no, they will be upset. That's the end of the calculation. The player thinks in second-order consequences. If I say yes to this, the first-order consequences, they are happy. The second-order consequence is that I have set a precedent that my time is less valuable than theirs, making this request more likely to happen again. The third-order consequence is that over a year, I will have lost 50 hours of my own time to their poor planning, and I will resent them for it, poisoning the relationship. The player sees that avoiding the small, immediate discomfort of saying no leads to the much larger chronic pain of being taken for granted. They choose the acute, productive discomfort over the chronic, destructive kind. This long-term view is what separates a strategic mind from a reactive one. Finally, a player understands the currency of the game, social capital. You earn this capital by being competent, reliable, and generous. You help others when it costs you little. You share credit. You listen. You build a reservoir of goodwill. Then, when you need to push back, when you need to enforce a boundary or advocate for a crucial point, you are spending capital you have already earned. The person who avoids all drama has no capital. They have a reputation for being nice. And nice is what you call someone when you can't think of anything more useful they bring to the table. When the nice person finally tries to stand up for something, nobody listens. They have no history of strategic engagement. Their sudden resistance just looks dramatic. This shift in perspective can feel cold, calculating. It can feel like it strips the authenticity from your relationships. This is a profound misunderstanding. True authenticity is the alignment of your internal state with your external actions. If you are silently fuming but presenting a smiling, agreeable face to keep the peace, you are being profoundly inauthentic. You are performing, you are prioritizing the comfort of others over your own integrity. Learning to play the game is learning to express your genuine needs, boundaries, and values in a way that is effective, not explosive. It is the most authentic thing you can do. It's admitting that you have needs, and that you have a right to have them met. The identity of hating drama is a cage built from the fear of that friction. It's a fear of being seen as difficult, a fear of discovering your own preferences are in direct opposition to someone else's, and a fear that you lack the skills to navigate that discovery. So you choose to have no preferences. You choose to be easy. You choose to be a ghost in your own life. You have been taught that power is a dirty word, that seeking it is a moral failing. What you haven't been taught is that powerlessness is also a corrupting force. It corrupts your sense of agency. It erodes your self-respect. It quietly teaches you that your voice is worthless. It turns you into a passive observer of a life you are supposed to be living. The invisible game is not optional. It is being played right now, and you're on the board. Your refusal to acknowledge the rules just makes you a pawn. The only choice you truly have is whether you want to be a piece that is moved, or a player at the table deciding the moves.